What year did you start studying that the earth is fixed and movable and there's a dome above us?
2020. 2020 was the year I started. 2022 was the year that I really dedicated to study and meditation. When I say meditate, I mean like pondering and mulling things over in my mind, repeating scriptures in my mind. That's what I mean when I say meditate. I'm not in the back room doing yoga or anything like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that.
Clear that up real fast.
So 2022, but I started in 2020. But the first time I heard about it was 2015, and it was
Okay.
from a brother and sister. They have a ministry called Strengthening Remnant Roots up in Middle Tennessee. It was Brother Billy and Alyssa Peacock. And Sister Alyssa, I think, sent me a couple emails just asking me what I thought about this subject. And, you know, I work full time. I've been married for 26 years now. I have a lot of children, so I don't have time to read everything everybody sends me or answer everything everybody sends me right away. So I
Yep.
just I briefly looked over it for about 15 or 20 minutes, and I emailed her back saying thank you. When I get a chance, I'll look at these matters. And she emailed me back and said she was shocked because everybody else had just blown her off, and acted like it wasn't a big deal. But I just kind of stored everything in files away until eventually I'd get to it. And it took about 5 years for me to get back around to it. But, but it's been quite a blessing. And that's when I met Brother Ken Heidebrecht first, and it was either 2018 or 2019. And then shortly after, I met Brother Sean Griffin and his wife Lindsay, which, by the way, I think they're expecting a baby soon, anytime now. So we pray Yahweh's peace and blessings on their
Actually,
family right now.
maybe they have already had it.
Oh, really?
Somebody, maybe Tyler can correct me because I know he's a moderator for Sean too. I
Okay.
think so. I could be wrong, but anyway.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, then I met them, and that's when I kind of, Brother Ken and Brother Sean, they treated me really, really, really well. So in this walk, Brother Matt, you go by Matt or Matthew? I forget.
Either's fine since you go by Matthew, but I normally go
Okay.
by Matt. But this
Well,
can be the Matthew show. It's all good.
yeah. So Matthew 1. But being in this walk, because of some of the things I believed, I've had a lot of people shun me, not just in traditional Christianity, but
Yep.
also in the Messianic Torah observant Hebrew roots faith. Just because, I believe different than other people. And I'm pretty ecumenical. One lady even told me after she listened to me preach, she didn't realize how diplomatic I was.
Yep.
And it's not that I'm not trying to just, be a tiptoe through the tulips guy, but I just believe that people divide over way more stuff than is necessary. I think we can have disagreements between good brothers and sisters that love the Almighty and love His Son, but yet we just disagree because we come at it from different angles or see different points and things. But we still agree
Yep.
on the necessities or the essentials. Well, Brother Ken and Brother Sean, even though we had disagreements too, what we would call minor disagreements, they never really treated me any different. And so that helped me want to look into what they were asking me to look into about biblical cosmology.
Yep.
So that started it, man. In 2020, I was on a panel discussion with them two, and then two other brothers, and that kind of got the ball rolling.
That was on Uncommon Ground, wasn't it? One of the episodes.
No, that was back. I think it was on Kingdom Cast. That was back when Brother Sean
Okay.
did Kingdom Cast,
Okay.
and it was Brother Sean, um,
I'm
Brother
sure Wes was on
Ken,
there.
Wes Blaze, and
Who's the other guy?
Mike. Was it Michael? Michael Elliott, maybe was his name.
Michael Solomon.
Michael Solomon. Michael
Okay.
Solomon
Okay.
was his name. Yeah.
I'm just guessing. I wasn't even there, but I just being in the circle, you
Yeah.
know the names and
And he
you
was
flirt with the
he
brothers.
was a good brother too. And I
Yep.
came on the panel, and I just told him at the beginning that I was kind of just in neutral, in limbo on the subject. I never, people talk about the knee jerk reaction they had against it, but I never really had that. It didn't bother me. I had people come to our assembly and ask me about it, and I just told them we had some people in our assembly that believed in the flat Earth, and then other people believed in the globe model, but were geocentrists. Some people were just traditional heliocentricity people. And it just, you know, I just taught everybody to love and serve one another, no matter where you landed on the subject.
Yeah.
But some people get downright mad and upset about it, and that always baffled me. It definitely baffles me now that I've studied what the Bible actually says. I'm baffled that people get so upset about it. It's one thing to just say, yeah, I don't see it that way, but I still love you. But it seems like a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, I have to touch on this since you brought it up. So I think me and you are kindred spirits with this because I've seen you put different posts on Facebook and I put similar posts. I don't know if you've seen them or not. I don't remember. I think it was earlier this year. I put a post about. I think calendar is one of the most. I don't remember. I think it was calendar, but I pretty much said the real test is it's not really the topic that you're talking about. It's how you treat your brothers and sisters when you're talking about it, because sadly there's a big lack of emotional intelligence in the Torah community because you can't bring up a topic that's controversial like this one, feast, just fill in the blank. There's so many people get all crazy about and there's nothing wrong with passion. There's nothing wrong with sharing the truth, especially your understanding, but you have to do it from the fruits of the spirit and in love. Because if you're going to insult somebody and say, well, you're stupid because they have a different understanding, they're not going to come over to the way you see things when you treat people like that. If you do like what Sean and Ken did with you, and I heard you mention that on other videos as well, where you shared how they were so nice to you and they just presented information. They even let you come on. I think you came on Common Ground too before you actually came over to just finally going all in with understanding the truth about his creation. And I think you call yourself a biblical earther, which I like that better than I don't like the term flat earth. I just don't. That's what society uses and labels us, but I don't like it. I'm gonna steal that from you, brother. I like that biblical earther.
Yeah.
But you have to love people if they have a different understanding. We're not going to get anywhere. There's too much division in the Torah community. So I'm glad that you touched on that before we even get into any of the deeper stuff, because it's so important.
Oh, brother, it's the message of the whole Bible. Yeshua said that the world will know that we're his disciples because of the love we have towards one another. And sad to say that a lot of people are thrown, off from Christianity or the Hebrew Messianic faith because of the way they've been treated by people. And you're never going to please everybody. An old preacher told me one time, said, Matthew, if you want to get into the ministry, just realize you're not going to please everybody. And that is true. But sometimes we get kickback not because of what we believe, but because of just us not being able to present things in a gentle, kind, faithful way. Yep. So blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake, Yeshua says. But he never says, blessed are you when somebody persecutes you for being a jerk on Facebook. He doesn't say that. And so people get on Facebook and they don't have a real person that they're talking to, and they just go off on folks.
Yeah, they flex on people in the comment section on Facebook and YouTube.
It's not of Yahweh. It's not of Yahweh. Yahweh doesn't like that, brothers and sisters. So wherever you stand on this subject or a lot of other subjects in the scriptures, if you don't portray the fruit of the Spirit, the worst case scenario is maybe you don't have the Spirit. The best case scenario is, it's there, but you're still in the cage stage and you just need to learn some spiritual maturity. But usually the person that gets upset the quickest is, how do I say it, the least sure about what they're saying. I mean, if you're pretty sure about what you're saying and somebody tries to contradict you, you don't have a reason to get upset when they state their case. You just let them finish, and then you give the rebuttal, and life just goes a lot easier that way in all facets of life, all relationships. Just be kind, be gentle.
Oh man.